Never give up because amazing things can happen. I'd like to tell you a story of something that happened to me many years ago. I was going through an EMT training program. The year was 1992. I was doing my rotation in the emergency department when a young man, about 18 years old, came in suffering from two gunshot wounds to the chest. He was cyanotic upon arrival, and he quickly went into a systole. That's flatlining. The family had gathered in the waiting room, and more members started gathering in the waiting room. The medical team was working on him. They were working him up. They were doing their best. They were running through their advanced life support protocols, their trauma protocols, and they were working diligently to save this young man's life. Meanwhile, more and more family members were gathering in the waiting room. So, one of the residents told one of the nurses to have the mother go into the quiet room. The quiet room is the room they sometimes take family into if they have to give them bad news. So the nurse went and told the mother, please come into the quiet room. The mother said, no, I'm staying here with my family. So I'm going back and forth from the trauma room to the waiting room, which it was probably like around 10, 15 feet. And I'm seeing all these, must have been around 30 family members at this point who'd gathered in the waiting room. So they're working him up. They must have worked on him for probably like around almost 25 minutes. When the head resident said, I'm going to call it time of death, he pronounced the young man deceased, and he said, I'll go talk to the mother. He left out the trauma room and he went toward the waiting room. And I don't know why. I kind of followed at a distance. I wanted to kind of see how he was going to break it to the family. Not because I wanted to see any pain or anguish on the family's side, but I wanted to see how does the medical professional deliver that information. That's what I was thinking. I was young. And so he goes in there and he goes, ma'am, I just want to, before he can finish, the mother goes, how's my baby doing? How's my baby doing? And he goes, ma'am, despite our best efforts, he suffered severe thoracic trauma and we were not able to save him. She broke down crying, and the whole family, everybody was just wailing. And this older gentleman, he must have been in his mid-50s, had a gray beard. He stood up, black man, and he said, God ain't done here by a long shot. The doctor kind of looked at him and said, yes. Then he turned back to the mother and he goes, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, a nurse comes in and she goes, doctor, like, talk to you. He goes, hold on, to the nurse, right? Gives her a hand, hold on. Like that, he goes, we'd like you to come in. Let us just kind of prepare. And the nurse goes, doctor, I need to talk to you. He goes, hold on. He goes, the social worker would also like to talk to you. She goes, doctor, we have a heartbeat. The doctor stops and looks at the nurse. The mother looks up at the doctor with a puzzled look. The doctor looks at the mother and he goes, excuse me for a second. Runs off with the nurse. So I run back and I'm looking too. In the trauma room, it's a buzz. They're working on him. I always get emotional when I remember this. They're working on him and they're saying, okay, we have a heartbeat. It's bradycardic. It's slow, but it's steady. So they're giving him epi and stuff, and they're increasing the heart rate. They get the bleeding stopped. They ship him off to surgery. The doctor goes back into the waiting room and he tells the mother, I'm so sorry, I misspoke. My sincere apologies for that. I was not aware. And he said, I guess the gentleman was right. And she said, what gentleman? He said, the one that said, God isn't done here. And he looked around, and I remember seeing the guy too. And I looked around, that man was nowhere to be found. So 2 weeks later, The young man walked out that hospital. So, I just wanted to say that if there's ever a time when you think it's all said and done and it's over and there's nothing you can do, just remember, God isn't done here by a long shot. Just wanted to share that story from a personal experience. Take care, and I'll see you soon.
They say the pain comes before the glory does. And the rain comes before the morning sun. So at every moment I hope that there's more to come, cause I know there's more to us. I seen the water rise and the flood came. I seen us cleaning up the streets like the suds came. Why is it tragedy is needed to get us linked?